evening, Rotorua. Tonight on City News. Police warn of alcohol enforcement operation this weekend. Only half of Rotorua caregivers stopped in a recent campaign were found to be correctly restraining their children in cars. And we preview this weekend's Baywide Rugby. Those stories and more up next on City News. Members of Rotorua Police will join their national and Australian colleagues this weekend to focus on reducing alcohol-related harm in local communities. Operation Unite is a joint operation run across both New Zealand and Australia and has particular focus on youth. Bay of Plenty District Operations Manager Inspector Scott Fraser says misuse of alcohol is a concern in the Bay of Plenty District, just as it is for every community in New Zealand. This weekend's police activities for Operation Unite will focus on compliance, enforcing breaches of liquor bans and drink drive operations. Results from the weekend's operation will be known by noon on Monday. The National Road Policing Manager Superintendent Paula Rose has appeared in the Coroner's Court today to give evidence in person on current views of the police on repeated recidivist drunk driving and the carnage caused on the roads as a result. Superintendent Rose gave evidence at the inquest of a 23-year-old Rotorua woman, Whitney Robertson, who died after a head-on collision on State Highway 30 near Horohoro. The driver who hit her car is alleged to have fled the scene. The initial coronal inquest conducted by Coroner Dr. Wallace Bain revealed a convicted repeated recidivist drunk driver as responsible for the accident which killed Miss Robertson. Only half of Rotorua caregivers stopped in a recent campaign were found to be correctly restraining their children in cars. Rotorua District Council Road Safety Coordinator Jodie Lawson says the recent campaign saw only 56% compliance. Jodie Lawson says the compliance rate is not good enough.
The situation for Rotorua at the moment is that we are hovering between 50 and 60% compliance. So, for all the children that we're stopping in cars, half of them are not restrained correctly. We've got community events, we've got checkpoints, we're doing education within our community, we're doing everything we can to try and raise awareness, increase knowledge, because I think genuinely people want to get it right.
Jodie Lawson says the most common fault was not attaching the tether strap to a bolt. Ms Lawson says vouchers are available to have bolts put into cars. Lakes DHB and community health provider staff members gathered to celebrate nurses and midwives at the Nursing Midwifery Awards at Rotorua Hospital this week. Lakes DHB Director of Nursing and Midwifery, Gary Lees, says the first awards to celebrate nurses and midwives were held in 2010. Mr Lees says this year the awards were opened up to nurses and midwives working in a range of providers across the community. The Nursing Midwifery Leadership Award went to Director of Nursing Jane Lane. Shirley Ticklepenny from Rotorua Girls High School won the Enrolled Nurse of the Year. Pam Whedon from Te Aroha o Hinemaru Trust won the award for Healthcare Assistant of the Year. Lakes DHB nurse Mata Tamariki from the Psychiatric Emergency Team won the Nurse of the Year award, with the Rotorua Hospital midwife Teresa Geelan taking out the Midwife of the Year award. The Te Arawa Nursing Response Team won the Best Māori Nursing Midwifery Development Award for its work in Christchurch immediately after the February earthquake. In sport tonight, Whakarewarewa need to beat Rotorua arch rivals Rotoiti at Emery Park in the Bartercard Baywide Premier competition this Saturday if they wish to take the first round trophy in 2 weeks' time. Whakarewarewa hold a slender 1-point lead on the points table from Tauranga Sport, with Rangataua still in contention for the first round silverware, being just 2 points adrift. The big movers in recent weeks have been Rangataua, who need to defeat Waikite at Rotorua to remain in contention for the first round trophy. Mount Maunganui will be favoured to get past Whakatane Marist, with Te Puke Sport likely to prove too strong for Te Puna. To your weather, Rotorua and the surrounding areas. Tonight, Heavy rain, fresh northwesterlies, overnight a low of 14. Tomorrow, Saturday, becoming fine in the morning, fresh northwesterlies, a high of 19 and a low of 14. Outlook for Sunday, showers turning to rain later, northwesterlies, a high of 19 and a low of 10. Marine forecast for Lake Rotorua for Saturday, northwest 20 knots, becoming fine in the morning. If you've missed any of tonight's bulletin, you can watch it again by going to tvrotorua.co.nz and click on the View Latest City News link. Or to view what's on in our city, click on the Upcoming Events link. Coming up after the break, join Youth Centre social worker Rob Reid. Amanda Miller has What's On, and Anthony Van Dorp talks hunting safely.